Yeah. Welcome here towards a Bob Wrench video. This is actually doing kind of a part 3 and the aftermath of something that was going on here. I have to say that I think the winner of this E3 is not the three consoles, but I think Bethesda is the winner. Because they showed off, I think Bethesda is the winner out of the 6 thing I win here, but given the fact that I didn't watch E3, but I don't know what it is here, but out of the 6, Bethesda is the winner out of this one, because I mean they showed off they're reviving the stuff, and they're just they are reviving and I have to say that they put a classic game, and then they just redone it in such a great fashion here that it's a game that like this, and I think that is a step that Bethesda is right now taking a step. Am I done with gaming? Well, I have to say not quite yet. There's a couple of good games of Nintendo, but then there's the games of Nintendo, like Mario and Luigi, Paper Mario, like this, and they fuse it together. Yeah, I might be looking for these games here. And I also like Mario Tennis. They're bringing back up here, and which I hope that Nintendo links these two games, the Mario Tennis for the 3DS and the Wii U, together. And figure out a way where I can be able to link it towards, through the Nintendo Network, I can be able to link my, but then again, there's not much that over here, so I don't think it's quite possible. I would love for Nintendo to go back to its way and providing the real world tennis on a 3DS, and like you can put your character up and fighting kind of like what they did in Mario Tennis for the Game Boy Color. I would like to bring that back. Super Mario Maker. I have to say, I think Nintendo should have done this years ago. They should have released Mario Maker back in GameCube days here. I mean, yeah, you don't have the gamepad and like that stuff, but it's something that should have been done, even maybe even the Super Nintendo, or like if this was done back in 10 years ago, like even during the GameCube games here. Why are so many people downloading a ROM and then downloading level editors for the ROM so you can be able to make your own custom art? See, people have been doing that for years. And I think Nintendo has kind of late on it, and I have to honestly say that it's more fit for a 3DS than a Wii U. Nintendo really should make a 3D Mario Maker for the Wii U. That's what they should. I think the Wii U's been botched from the beginning, and I have to say that Catherine and Eureka and the team is right about the Nintendo, because the Wii U is just a very big letdown. I was hoping the Wii U to be another Super Nintendo, like where third party comes in, and but no, we got another I don't know. But I really do think that Nintendo needs to get rid of Reggie. I have to agree with them, and start new management teams here. And the YouTube partnership program. Look, people uploading your things with their commentary on it. It's fair use, and they have legal rights to do it. And that's, I mean, that's like here. I think Microsoft demonstrated that Microsoft was really hypocritical about backwards compatibility. It said once that it was not backwards compatible. Oh, it is backwards compatible. What the hell? And I have to say that that's the only good reading about the 3DS here. And I heard the new controller is $150. I mean, give me a break. I'm not spending $150 for a controller you can customize. $50 is what it should be at for that controller. price it, they should replace the original controller at, the first place. The controllers are overpriced in the first place here. How much is I mean, we've seen cheap keyboards for $10 or $15. So why the freak are controllers $60? I don't know why, but I have to say, I don't know about Microsoft. I mean, Sony, look, the backwards compatibility, it's not that hard to do for a PS1 or PS2 because they know the system, they know the architecture of the system, and they run PCs. So, and we've seen a lot of people making PS2 emulators, so why to say to them it's too hard to do? Look, make a PS1 and PS2 emulator first for the PS4. That's what they should do it now, because there's a lot of awesome games that for the PS2. It was an awesome console. Yeah, it wasn't enough powerful, but they had awesome games for it, and I would love to play my PS2 games over again. I mean, I had a rack full of PS2 games. Alpha Omega Sin, I remember his older videos. He had a lot of PS2 games. So Sony, just do it, all right? Let's just focus PS1, PS2 compatible right now, and also provide a new feature where it allows me to stick a PS3 in, use Gaikai or PlayStation Now to, the disc calls PlayStation Now, says, PlayStation Now, stream that game. He has the disc in the drive. That's what the next feature should be. Because gamers do hold dear in their heart of their awesome games, and they would love to play them again. Yeah, and I don't want stack of electronics. I don't want to play it on my old PS2s because I have to deal with memory cards. I have to deal with wired controllers, and yeah, I mean, that's it. So I have to say that E3 this year, it's got good games. I mean, I'm looking forward to Doom. I'm looking forward to the new Fallout game. It's kind of an RPG / sandbox game that you can actually build your own stuff, which is pretty cool here. But anyway, it's just Microsoft was meh for the most part, other than the backwards compatibility. I think I think what they saw from that, this lenses which shows hologramic 3D is kind of cheesy. It's going to be a ways for a while here before we see real holograms for into gaming. But Sony, there's a few games in the beginning here. There's still no release date that I remember for The Last Guardian. They got to release it soon. I mean, enough is enough, Sony. Release the dang game. I mean, it's been in development for God knows how many years. I'm kind of looking forward. I want to look like in Dream, because some appears you can create your own games like this. But the second half of the second half, they focused on too much Call of Duty. When Activision came up to Sony, I was one for things as they were saying this whole thing from the long time. This long time the franchise and it is. And I was thinking that it's going to be Pitfall finally. But no, it's Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Look, I'm sick of this. I mean, military first-person shooters got to take a rest. Look, I want a Pitfall game, Activision. I mean, if they would show Pitfall on the next console, all for the better. But we need to, yeah, this E3 has been hit or miss. Sony and Nintendo is kind of mediocre. Microsoft stunk. I mean, it was expected. I mean, the first parties were Halo, Fable, Gears of War, and yeah, that was expected. So I have to say that it's not over yet. I mean, but if the games don't work, I mean, I might just not be interested in gaming a few years. It's a shame that we're going back to 1983 again. I don't want it to be that way. I want the game. I wanted the Wii U to succeed. I wanted the PS4 to succeed. But no, I have to say the 8th generation thus far, I think it's the worst. So anyway, this pretty much concludes E3. I'll end it off in another news. They still haven't gotten the 2 inmates yet from New York, and I have to say they need to build a new prison. And Sony did respond to it, say, yeah, again, Sony did respond to that. I mean, I saw that before here. So that's what I have to say. JD out. Hopefully I will join, if I can have my mental together, to join in a join in on Google Hangout one day, and we'll talk together about E3. But, yeah.